If a pilot elects to proceed to the selected alternate, the landing minimums used at the airport should be the answer minimum specified for approach procedure selected. If RVR is inoperative for the runway in use, except for Category 2 or Category 3, you must answer convert RVR minimums and use the value as ground visibility. What point should be used to compute estimated time en route of an IFR flight plan? Answer the point of first intended landing. On what headings will the magnetic compass read most accurately during a level 360 turn with a bank of approximately 15 degrees? Answer 90 and 270. A VOR receiver with normal 5-dot course sensitivity shows a 3-dot deflection at 30 nm nautical miles from the station. The aircraft would be displaced approximately how far from the course centerline? Answer 5 dots, 3 nautical miles, 3 nm. While in IMC, a pilot often interprets acceleration and deceleration forces as sensation of answer climbing or descending. If a half standard rate turn is maintained, how long would it take to turn 135 degrees? Answer 90 seconds. A turn coordinator indicates answer rate of roll and rate of turn. When an aircraft is decelerated, some attitude indicators will precess and incorrectly indicate a descent. Answer descent. Decelerate descent. Which condition during taxi is an indication that an attitude indicator is unreliable? Answer horizon bar tilts more than 5 degrees while making taxi turns. What is the correct sequence in which to use 3 skills used in instrument flying? Answer cross-check, instrument interpretation, and aircraft control. What are the fundamental skills required for attitude instrument flying? Answer cross-check, instrument interpretation, and aircraft control. What is the first fundamental skill in attitude instrument flying? Answer instrument cross-check. Which instruments, in addition to the attitude indicator, are pinch instruments? Answer altimeter, airspeed indicator, and vertical speed indicator. As a rule of thumb, altitude corrections of less than 100 feet should be corrected by using a answer half bar width on the attitude indicator. Which instruments are supporting bank instruments when entering a constant airspeed climb from straight and level flight? Answer attitude indicator and turn indicator. Resay that one. Which instruments are supporting bank instruments when entering a constant airspeed climb from a straight and level flight? Answer attitude indicator and turn coordinator. Approximately what percent of indicated vertical speed should be used to determine the number of feet to lead the level off from a climb to a specific altitude? Answer 10%. What indication is presented by the miniature aircraft of the turn coordinator? Answer indirect indication of the bank attitude. If an airplane is in an unusual flight attitude and the attitude indicator has exceeded its limits, which instrument should be relied on to determine the pitch attitude before starting recovery? Answer airspeed and altimeter. During recoveries from unusual attitudes, level flight is attained the instant. Answer the altimeter and airspeed needles stop prior to reversing their direction of movement. Refer to figure 145. What is the correct sequence for recovery from the unusual attitude indicated? Answer: reduce power, level the wings, bring pitch attitude to level flight using ailerons and rudders. For the figure 146, the DG shows a rate of turn. OAT is negative 1 degree Celsius. Identify the system that has failed and determine the corrective action to return the airplane to straight and level flight. 146. Static pitot system is blocked. Lower the nose and level the wings to level flight attitude by use of attitude indicator. Apply power and turn the pitot heat to unblock. Turn on the pitot heat to unblock. For the figure 147, which is the correct sequence for recovery from the unusual attitude indicated? 147, add power, lower the nose, level the wings, return to original attitude and heading. For the figure 149, what is the flight attitude? One system which transmits information to the instruments has malfunctioned. Answer: 149, straight and level flight. For the figure 150, what is the flight attitude? One instrument has malfunctioned. 150, climbing turn to the right. Figure 150, climbing turn to the right. Refer to figure 95. To the center, the number 1 nav CDI with a 2 indication, you should turn the obs to. Answer: 165 degrees. Figure 95, number 1, 100, answer 165 degrees. For the figure 95, what is the lateral displacement in degrees from the desired radial on the number 2 nav? Desired radial, number 2 nav, 4 degrees. For the figure 96 and 97, to which aircraft position does HSI presentation A correspond? Answer: 9 and 6. Refer to figure 96 and 97. A, alpha. Answer: 9 and 6. 96 and 97. To which aircraft does HSI presentation I, India, correspond? 96 and 97. I, India. 11. Answer: 11. Refer to figure 109. In which general direction from Vortac is the aircraft located? Answer: figure 109. Answer: northeast. Full scale deflection of a course CDI occurs when the course deviation or needle deflects from. Say that again. Apologies, Nova. Okay. Full scale deflection of a CDI occurs when the course deviation bar needle answer deflects from the center of the scale to either side of the scale, far side of the scale. Deflects from the center of the scale to either far side of the scale. With regard to slant range error, approximately how far from the DME facility can you be to consider the DME reading unusable? Answer: 1 or more miles from each 1,000 feet of altitude above the facility. Under what condition is pressure altitude and density altitude the same value? Answer: at standard temperature. At standard temperature. For operations off established airways at 17,000 feet MSL in the contiguous United States, H hotel class VORTAC facilities used to define a direct route of flight should be no further apart than answer 200 nautical miles. 200 nautical miles. The main difference between the SDF and localizer of an ILS. Answer: the SDF course may not be aligned with the runway and the course may be wider. Immediately after passing the final approach fix, inbound during an ILS approach in IFR conditions, the glide slope warning flag appears. The pilot is answer permitted to continue the approach and descend to the localizer MDA. Handheld GPS systems and GPS systems certified for VFR operations may be used during IFR operations as answer: an aid to situational awareness. An aid to situational awareness. You can expect ATC to assign these procedures without a specific pilot request. Answer: DP, stars, and visual approaches. Which information is always given in an abbreviated departure clearance? Answer: destination plus specific fix and altitude. Destination plus specific fix and altitude. What does the symbol T within a black triangle in the minimum sections of the IAP for a particular airplane indicate? Answer: takeoff minimums are not standard or departure procedures are published. For figure 87, at strut intersection, headed eastbound, ATC instructs you to hold west of the 10 DME fix, west of LCH on 306. Standard turns. What entry procedure is recommended? Answer: 87, answer: direct. Direct. For the figure 87 and 88, you are traveling westbound on Victor 222, and ATC would like you to report when you reach false intersection. Which VOR would you use? Answer: when the CDI on VOR2 centers, contact ATC and state you have reached false. For the figure 112, number 1, while on a heading of 350 degrees, flying direct to the 15 DME fix from the ABC VORTAC, ATC issues you this clearance. Hold west of the 15 DME fix, left turns, 5-mile leg on the 090 radio of the ABC VORTAC. Expect further clearance at 2215 Zulu. What is the recommended entry? 112, number 1, answer direct. 90 degrees, direct. Refer to figure 113. You receive this clearance, ATC clearance, clear to the ABC Vortac. Hold south on 180 radio. What is the recommended procedure to enter the holding pattern? Answer direct. Answer direct. Refer to figure 113. You receive this clearance, cleared to the XYZ Vortac. Hold north on 360 radio. Left turns. What is the recommended procedure to enter the holding pattern? Answer teardrop only. Teardrop only. For the figure 114, the pilot receives this ATC clearance cleared to the XYZ Vortac. Hold north on the 360 radio. Left turns, figure 114, direct only. Direct only. Refer to figure 114. A pilot receives ATC clearance to ABC Vortac. Hold south on 180 radio. 180 radio. What is the recommended procedure to enter the hold pattern? 114 ABC 180. Teardrop only. Teardrop only. For the figure 115, number 1, you receive this clearance from ATC. Hold west on the 15 DME fix on the 090 radio of the ABC Vortac, 5-mile legs, left turns. You arrive at 15 DME fixed on a heading of 350 degrees. Which hold entry procedure is recommended? Answer direct. If the pilot loses visual reference while circling to land from an instrument approach and the ATC radar service is not available, the missed approach action should be to answer, make a climbing turn towards the landing runway and continue to turn until established on the missed approach course. When the approach procedure involves a procedure turn, the maximum speed should not be greater than answer 200 knots IAS. 200 knots IAS. While briefing the assigned approach, you review when briefing the assigned approach, you review the missed approach procedure. If you execute the missed approach before reaching DA or MDA, you must answer fly to the map at or above DA MDA before making any turns. An aircraft approach categories are based on answer 1.3 times the stall speed in landing configuration at maximum gross landing weight. A contact approach is an approach procedure that may be used answer in lieu of conducting an SIAP. You receive the following clearance: cleared for ILS runway 7 left approach, side step to runway 7 right. When does ATC expect you to commence the side step maneuver? Answer: as soon as possible after the runway environment is in sight. How does a pilot normally obtain the current altimeter setting during IFR flight in Class E airspace below 18,000 feet? Answer: ATC periodically advises the pilot of proper altimeter setting. Landing on a narrow runway may cause you to perceive the aircraft is answer higher than actual altitude. You break out of the clouds on an instrument approach. A narrower than usual runway will have the same appearance as answer an upsloping runway. An abrupt head movement during prolonged constant rate turn in IMC or simulated instrument conditions can cause answer Coriolis illusion. Streetlights, stars, sloping cloud formations, and obscured horizons may lead to answer false horizons. An abrupt transition from climb to straight and level flight can create the illusion of answer tumbling backwards. A rapid acceleration during takeoff can create the illusion of answer being in a nose up attitude. The sensation which lead to spatial disorientation during instrument flying conditions answer must be suppressed and complete reliance placed on indication of flight instruments. You are subject to spatial disorientation when you answer use your sense of kinesthesia to interpret flight attitude. What does the runway visual range RVR value depict on certain straight-in IAP charts represent? Answer: horizontal distance should see. Answer: the horizontal distance a pilot should see when looking down the runway from a moving aircraft. Refer to Figure 162. What are the hours of operation, local standard time, of the control tower at Eugene Malone Field Suite? Answer: 0600 and 2330. Refer to Figure 184. What are the hours of operation, local time, of the tower at Yakima Air Terminal when daylight savings time is in effect? Answer: 0600 and 2200. Refer to Figure 71 and 71A. You are traveling northbound on Victor 213 and ATC would like you to report when you reach FLOSI, FLOSI. Which VOR would you use? Answer: when the CDI on VOR1 centers, contact ATC and state you have reached FLOSI. Refer to Figure 91. What are the two limiting cruising attitudes usable? Refer to Figure 91. What are the two limiting cruising altitudes usable on Victor 343 for a VFR on top flight from DBS Vortac to Renee intersection for 0 to 179 degrees during heading above the MEA? Answer: 15,500 and 17,500 feet, because it's on the right side of the compass. For the Figure 211, where does stack 3 departure procedure end? Answer: stack intersection. Refer to Figure 216 and 216A. After departing from runway 16L at RNO, you discover you are unable to contact Reno Departure Control. What procedure should you follow? Answer: continue to on assigned heading and via the IRNO localizer south course until passing 10,000 feet MSL, then turn direct FMG. Refer to figure 174 and 175. At which point does Glen Rose 9 arrival begin? Answer, Gen VOR. Refer to figure 208 and 209. At which location or condition does the Stella 1 arrival begin? Answer, Cannon intersection. Refer to figure 188. When conducting the LOC DME runway 21 approach at PDX, what is the minimum safe altitude MSA while maneuvering between the BTG Vortac and Creek intersection? Answer, 6,200 feet MSL. Refer to figure 238. You are cleared for LHQ RNAV GPS runway 28 approach over APE Vortac. ATC expects you to answer. Proceed straight in from FAIRF. Descend after FAIRF. Refer to figure 240. You are cruising at 12,000 feet and are cleared for the VOR DME runway 36 approach at Kopuk, COPUK. When established on the Puck arc, you can descend. Answer, at Kopuk from 8,900 to at Puckney, PUKNE, and from 7,500 feet at Wayland. Refer to figure 242. What minimum airborne equipment is required to be operative for RNAV GPS runway 36 approach at Adams Field, LIT? Answer, any IFR approved GPS receiver. Refer to figure 244. What are the course reversal restrictions on the LDA runway 6 approach at Roanoke Regional? Answer, remain within 10 nautical miles of Exun INT, EX UNE INT, and on the south side of the approach course. For the figure 244, what are the minimum altitudes should you cross RAMKE Ramake intersection during S-LDA runway 6 approach at ROA? Answer, 4,300 MSL. Which pilot action is appropriate if more than one component of the ILS is unusable? Answer, use the highest minimum required by a single component of the unusable. That is unusable. A single component of that is unusable. Refer to figure 140, 141, and 142. Which displacement from the localizer center line and glide slope indicates you are low and to the left of ILS course? Answer, 142, low 142. Precision runway monitoring, PRM, is answer, a radar system monitoring approaches to closely spaced parallel runways. Refer to figure 140, 141, 142. Which displacement from the localizer center line and glide slope indicates you are high and to the right of the ILS course? Answer, 140. What recent instrument flight experience requirements must be met before you may act as pilot in command of an airplane under IFR? Answer, a minimum of 6 instrument approaches in an airplane or an approved flight simulator airplane or flight training device within 6 calendar months preceding the month of flights. Before beginning any flight under IFR, the pilot in command must become familiar with all available information concerning the flight. In addition, the pilot must answer, be familiar with the runway links at airports of intended use and the alternatives available if the flight cannot be completed. Which checks and inspections of flight instruments or instrument systems must be accomplished before an aircraft can be flown under IFR? Answer: altimeter system within 24 calendar months, corresponder within 24 calendar months, and VOR within 30 days.